Local ski areas unveiled their plans for distancing, buses, sick employees, and more. Phil Lindemann, Krystal, 93 News. First, Summit is going to level red this Friday. Once known as stay at home, now the most critical stage of safer at home. Governor Polis.
We hope that by showing them a path that avoids lockdowns, we can keep the economy more open.
Level red bans indoor events and indoor dining at restaurants. Takeout and patio seating are still allowed. Gyms, salons, critical retail, and essential services stay open with fewer people, while elementary schools and chairlifts are not immediately affected.
The mayor has tried mightily with really strong mitigation measures in Denver. So have other counties. We had hoped that it would have worked, but it hasn't. And so it's time to take additional measures that data shows from other countries, other parts of our country, will have an impact.
Summit's move to level red comes as 83% of the state suffers rising caseload.
We all share the goal of avoiding a lockdown where people can't go to work. In this scenario, folks are able to be productive and work. They can earn a paycheck.
Colorado's latest infection rate statewide is 965 per 100,000 people, with an average of 4,500 new cases every week. Summit and all neighboring counties are now high risk, with more than 350 cases per 100,000. We've got lots of questions about Level Red, and Summit health officials have the answers tomorrow at a virtual town hall meeting hosted by the Summit Chamber. Visit the Summit Chamber on Facebook for a Zoom link. That meeting is tomorrow, 9 a.m., with health officials and business leaders. This week on the State of Summit.
We are so grateful to finally be open, and we have it all to owe to our reservation system.
That was Lauren Roberson with Keystone on opening day. All 4 local ski areas had to submit a COVID operating plan before opening, covering 17 criteria like the usual: face masks and distancing. Sarah Lococo with Breckenridge.
The biggest things you need to know is face coverings are required to access the mountain and in most areas of our operations.
Reservations are Vail's solution to overcrowding. Documents reviewed by Krystal 93 do not list capacity limits, though, considered proprietary info. Roberson.
Plan ahead, so know which days you're going to want to ski. Make your reservation before you come.
Then there's the stuff you might not consider, like quarantine space and pay for sick employees. Keystone and Breck reserve 5% of employee housing for quarantine. Copper, 15 rooms. A Basin has 1 quarantine unit and promises 80 hours sick leave. Resort buses at Breck, Keystone, and Copper are limited to 50% capacity or less. A Basin is not running shuttles this season. If weather gets nasty, resorts can lift capacity restrictions, but they must document every exception, and that change is temporary. Tune in again next Wednesday for The State of Summit on Krystal 93. Going solar is not as simple as it seems.
Almost 80% of rooftops can't actually have solar on them for a variety of reasons, whether it's tree shading or the age of the roof or the type of material.
That was Melina Fleming of SunShare, a Colorado company helping homeowners offset fossil fuels with solar gardens. Subscription cost is $3 to $4 per month on top of your typical utility bill.
We produce the amount of solar energy that is that equivalent, so that amount of fossil fuel-driven energy is no longer needed on the grid.
Breckenridge and Frisco have partnered with SunShare, giving you a way to go solar with or without the bulky panels.
Community solar doesn't have to work on its own. That subscription can be in addition to your rooftop panel system.
SunShare is donating $50 to High Country Conservation Center for every new Summit subscriber. Learn more and sign up at mysunshare.com. And in local sports, brought to you by American Family Insurance, the Weiss Agency. Another day, another change to the Summit High football schedule. The Tigers now play Thompson Valley away this coming Saturday, November 21st at 5 p.m. This is Summit's 3rd new opponent in less than a week, following canceled games with Frederick High and Battle Mountain. Phil Lindemann, Krystal, 93 News.